Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Let me know if you can hear me. If you are watching, if you on, let me know if you can hear me. Hello. Yes, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me as well? Let me see if this will. I hope this stays and it's not too noisy. Maybe I'll just hold it. Let's see if others will join us soon and we can get started. But I am so excited for us to do this.
Mm,
How was your
Same here.
day? How's your day been so far? It
Mm,
is 8 p.m. in Nigeria, so how was your day?
My day, stressful, but we thank God we are here.
Stressful on a
Been very
Sunday? What have you been
tired.
up to?
I went to work.
On a Sunday?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my. I I I almost want to say sorry, but also I hope that they are paying you
Yeah,
extra
it's fine.
for.
It's fine.
Oh
It's fine.
wow. Well,
Yes.
I'm sorry you had a busy Sunday like that instead of
This Sunday from
resting.
church to work and
Yeah,
then so it's
that
been
is
a
that
whole
is
lot. But
crazy. But welcome to
yeah.
Nigeria, right?
Same here. Same here.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's catch up because we promised the people from our promos and posting on social media, posting on our WhatsApp groups and timelines and things. We promised the people that we're going to give them a really good conversation today.
True.
So
True.
I
True.
am hoping that we are able to have a like a lot of input from those that are watching. You can comment, you can ask questions, you can leave stories, you can share whatever you want to share to encourage other people who are watching and listening. So um, let's get started. Um, let's get started on our topic. But before we do that, I'd like for you to introduce yourself. Okay, I have a very gorgeous guest with me today, Princess Eminwe, and I would love for you to introduce yourself, just briefly, where you're from, possibly your local government, and anything else that you would like to share with us today.
Okay, I'll make it pretty short. My name is Princess Eminue. I'm from the popular Akwa Ibom State. I would say Akwa Basibom State.
Amen.
Yeah. Yes. Mbo local government to be precise. Yes, Oron. I know a lot of you, at least those from Nigeria, they know about Oron and all that. I'm
Yes,
from there.
yes, yes.
Um, I'm a
Hopefully, you
financial
can
expert.
speak in Orang before this show ends today.
If I get somebody commenting from my place, definitely I would say Alara, and the person will reply me. So yeah, why not?
Yay, I love to hear. So hopefully we'll get that. But yeah, please keep going. You're from Oran.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you live
Yeah.
in Oran
Yes, I'm
or
a financial expert. Grew up in Akwa Ibom State.
yes?
Currently resident in River State, Port Harcourt, Nigeria.
Nice.
Yeah. So
So
that's
we also
about
have
it.
our rivers people. I hope we have our rivers people. If you're from
Yes,
River
yes, yes.
State,
We have a lot of them here. Yes, yes.
nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd like for us to, I talk about how we know each other because you and I, we know each other outside of, like I didn't just meet you on social media and invited you to be
Yeah.
on this
True.
show, like most of
Yeah.
my other guests. But we've known each other since we were kids,
I'm
pretty
telling
much.
you, long time.
And it feels like a full circle moment right now, just sitting here as young adults and still talking, and talking about something uplifting. And hopefully, this conversation will help a lot of people watching who are dealing with inferiority complex to like a light bulb moment where they can go, oh, this doesn't just affect me and other people are managing and dealing with this. This is how they are going about life and all. So that's my sister. She's saying she's representing Port Harcourt. Welcome. Um,
Yeah.
so please, guys, share this link with your friends and your family members and other people that you might suspect are dealing with inferiority complex who want to either talk about it, ask questions, or just be in a community where it's safe for you to be. So yeah, so I'm excited to talk about this with Princess.
Okay, I see Isonke is saying hi. Remember Isonke?
Hey. Yeah, of
He's
course.
saying
Isoke is my girl. Isoke is
yeah.
like, yeah. Hey girl.
Uh,
Um so yeah, so
yeah.
let's get into it. Let's talk about this. Okay, princess.
Mm.
Inferiority complex. Where do we start from? Because
I
this
think
is such
we'll start by defining the word inferiority, and then throwing more light on inferiority complex,
yeah.
because it's something that, like it or not, a whole lot of people are actually, going through. I think majority of us have one experience or the other that has, shaped us in a way
Mm-hmm.
we see life, see things, relate with people, react even amongst ourselves. So it's a whole lot, and then we don't get to talk about these things as much as we should, because,
Absolutely.
like it or not, it's impacting our lives on a daily. You
Yes.
understand? It's impacting our lives on a daily. So if you're, it's just simple. We're not going to make it complex. It's just us talking. When you say you're inferior, that means you feel other people are better than you. It
Exactly.
could be
That's
better than
literally
your parents. Yeah. You feel other people do things that ordinarily you don't know how to, or they do it better than you would do.
mhm.
So it's not even
Which there
complex.
is there
Yeah.
is nothing wrong with seeing that somebody else is able to do something better than you, or
Yeah.
the, honestly, they, and we will talk about, the possible solutions and how to not feel inferior, especially when it's unnecessary, because that is honestly the most annoying part. You see some people feeling inferior when it's not necessary, and you are wondering, what, how did you get here? What went wrong? So, yeah. So let's define inferiority complex again, so that the people watching know exactly what this is about. Please.
Okay, so I would say, I would just briefly define inferiority complex as a persistent, like a constant feeling of lesser value. You understand? It's not something
Hmm.
that happens once. It's a
Right.
persistent, like it's a constant issue. You're feeling like you're not good, you're not
Hmm.
good enough, you are less than everybody. That feeling of low self-esteem, you're not worth much. Every other person is better. Every other person does better than you do. That
Yeah.
is a brief explanation as to what inferiority complex is. Do you
Okay,
understand? Because
but in day-to-day living, let's say in Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria, because I think if it happens in Akwa Ibom State to Akwa Ibomites, surely it is happening to people of other tribes, whether they want to admit it. It might be in different ways. I think the ways that Yorubas feel inferior might be different or attributed to different things compared to the ways Akwa Ibomites, like what makes us feel, why do you feel inferior? Because anyway, so let's bring it back home and talk about how it affects like aquabomites on a day-to-day basis. When we say, okay, inferiority complex is the feeling of a lesser value, you are feeling you don't feel a lot of high esteem for yourself. um what what that looks like for a typical aquabomite. Okay, how have you noticed it, you know, in your day to day when you're dealing with customers, or you whatever in churches and gathering? I notice amongst like the people that I see around me. So I'm wondering if you notice that as well.
I'm from Akwa Ibom, yes, and then there's this notion, I pulled out of my state,
Hmm.
and then you will talk to someone, and the person will be like, um, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Akwa Ibom," and the person says, "You don't look like them. You don't talk like them." I'm like, please tell me, how
Like
Akwa
that's
Ibom
supposed
supposed
to
to
be
be
a compliment.
like? Like, how are we supposed to talk? Are we not? I don't know.
Exactly.
And then it's, yeah, so it's the first, reaction when they get to know that, oh, you're from this particular place. It's like they have this stereotype knowledge that an Akwa
Hmm.
Ibomite has to speak in a,
Mm. Hmm. Right.
and then must be just people in the kitchen,
Yeah.
the house help stuff, all that. They don't feel like there's more for us to offer. And that's a bit disappointing.
Hmm.
That's a bit disappointing. So I tend to react when I tell you I'm from Akwa Ibom State and you go all like, you don't talk. I'm like, I beg.
Yeah. What are you
Please, I'm from,
insinuating exactly? Because it's
like,
almost
what are you trying
like,
to say?
yeah,
Mm,
it's almost as if you're not expected to be articulate or educated
yeah,
enough,
true,
or
true.
want to be ambitious. It's like, oh, you're from Akwa Ibom, so
Yeah,
this is, they sort of box you in because that's what stereotypes does to everybody.
yeah, true.
And that is sad. So yeah, I think that's definitely one way that we Akwa Ibomites encounter that reminder that, oh, maybe I
Yeah,
should feel inferior,
that
or
reaction. Yeah, true.
exactly. And if you're not a
Hmm.
strong person, if you are not somebody who knows who you are, and if you do not know where your value lies, then you can be easily shaken, like that could shake you up, like, ooh, maybe I am less, or maybe this person is better than me.
Telling you, it's going
Hmm.
to limit you.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
So I think as we are discussing how that looks like for a typical acquirable mind, I think maybe I'd like to put it to the audience, the people watching. Hey, Otobong is here. We have Promise Brown.
Otobang is here.
Yeah.
Promise.
Welcome guys. So
God's love is here
I'd
too.
like to ask all of you that are watching, um, what does how do you see inferiority complex show up, even if it's for you personally, or how does it show up around in the people around you? I'd like to hear, especially us as Aquibo minds, because um we have to talk about this as it affects us as a people. Because if the feeling of inferiority, if you feeling inferior is stopping you from dreaming big, if it's stopping you from thinking of other things that you can contribute to your community or to your family or church or whatever it is, if it's stopping you from seeing value in yourself outside of what society thinks you should be, then that's a problem. Yeah.
Big
So
problem.
we have to talk about that as it relates to our people, because that's really. in my opinion, that's really the people I'm trying to reach first, you know? Um, so I'd like to hear from the people watching if you have any examples of how you've noticed people being inferior, or if you know that, because it also comes out in the things we say about ourselves, the things we say about the places we're from. um but yeah, also, Princess, I'd like to hear from you if if you have other ways you think it comes out in Akwa Ibom
Okay.
or in PH where you live.
Okay. I think if we are going to deal with inferiority complex, it has to start from us, the individual. You know, if we go by ourselves, you would find out that a lot of people need working on.
Yeah.
So I think there are certain factors that, you know, contribute to this inferiority complex thing. I classify it as the three P's, you know.
Three P's.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Drop
yeah,
wisdom,
the three
girl.
P's.
Drop
Uh,
wisdom.
just to bring it together, the pass, but the P's three.
Mm, okay.
I'll call the first P personal experience. And when I
Mm-hmm.
talk about personal experience, not positive experience,
Mm-hmm.
negative experience. Do you
Mm-hmm.
understand? I'll use myself for an example. Yeah. While we're in secondary school, you know, one time like that, you remember Mrs. Mbaba, one of our
Oh
health
yeah,
science
Mrs.
teacher.
Mrs. Who?
So she called
Mbaba
me to
or
the yes, Mbaba. Yeah,
okay,
Mbaba.
yeah,
Yeah.
our house mistress.
Yes, yes. So she called me to the staff room and then she wanted to send me to get something for her. And then there
Mm-hmm.
was another teacher there who was, with her. And then the teacher said, when she called Princess, come, I want you to get something for me. So the teacher by the side said, what's her name again? And then she was like, Princess. She said, I don't like people that bear that name. And
Out of
the errand
nowhere.
yeah, yeah. I was young, so that
Yeah.
age where we are trying to gain acceptance, find ourselves, and actually know
Mm-hmm.
what we represent as a person.
Exactly.
And then somebody telling me that you don't like my name. And then she
No, they
said, no,
don't
no, no,
like
don't
you
worry.
because of your name. That's even worse.
Yeah, she said, not the other teacher
Mm-hmm.
said she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't like my name. Do you know what that did to me for a very long time?
What?
If you ask my name, and except family and classmates, I'll tell you my name is Joy, or I'll tell you my name is Blessing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Your own name.
yeah, because I had to call my dad and I asked my dad, Daddy, why did you name me Princess? He was like, what kind of question is that?
Yeah.
What kind of question is that? I was like, just tell me. He said, I gave you the name now, and you are my
Mm-hmm.
princess, so I named you.
Exactly.
That kind of because it kept me wondering. The people that bear princess, are they not human beings?
Mm-hmm.
Abi, is the name not okay? That kind of thing.
Right.
One I gave somebody joy, and the person was calling joy,
And you forgot
joy.
you gave the person joy. No, but this is okay. Um,
Oh, Ruth
I'm gonna.
saying hi.
Oh, hi, Ruth, hi, Ruth. And also, KJ says we should talk about inferiority complex as it concerns aging when your not so good features begins showing. We'll talk about that. But it's really interesting what you just shared about feeling insecure about your own name. Somebody else making you feel insecure about your own name.
Something as little as that.
Exactly. And you even your questioning the fact that like your dad gave you this name out of love, out of excitement, out of pride, out of all this feeling. And then somebody else just from one sentence literally made you question your dad's love and all that pride and that's yeah. And thank God, that your dad was still alive for you to know and get reassured that he loves you and that you are indeed his princess. Because imagine that you actually, God forbid, lost your dad and you didn't have the opportunity to talk to him about why was I given this name. So, and that might sound small and insignificant to a lot of other people who haven't dealt with that sort of, situation. But again, that's why we're saying inferiority complex is very personal. That's one of the P's. The first P is that it is a
Yeah.
personal experience. You can
Negative
allow
experience.
exactly, you can allow other people make you feel insecure or inferior,
You cannot. Don't give
or
them that power.
exactly, or
Mm.
you could make yourself feeling inferior and insecure, because it could be external or internal, right? You could
Or
either do
eternal,
it
yeah.
exactly, you could either do it yourself, nobody else makes you feel that way, and you just decide that other people are better than you for some reason. Um, and that is dangerous. So yeah, thank you. What is the next P?
Okay. And then before I go to the next P, I would also like, our names. Funny enough, my dad didn't give, so I just Princess Alexander. So it's all
Hmm.
English, English. And I
Yeah.
want to encourage people. You understand? It's not just a Bible mic now. If
Hmm.
you have your native name, please, by
Be
all means,
very proud
yeah,
of it.
yeah. I think some people too are shy of their names. You say, "What's your name?" You say, Let me just say, your name is Doreen, and
Hmm.
you go ID.
But I think
That's
that's
say
that
ID.
is that's different, because I go by ID, and I'm gonna share the reason I say that's different. If you have an acronym name and you deliberately sort of change it, like you don't want to go by it or be addressed by it at all, like because we know
Uh,
ID is short from for all the other Idorians and Idongisids and all of that. If you're changing it completely from, let's say, Idara to Joy, you only want to be called Joy. Like if somebody calls you Idara, you don't like
you flare
that.
up. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
my name
And
is Joy.
exactly, so I feel like that is weird, and that you might have a problem just with how you view your culture, your people. Personally, I go by ID because I think it's just easier for people to pronounce, and most people will butcher my name, which that will annoy me. If you pronounce my name the wrong way, like, bro, we're gonna fight. So I will say ID just because I know it's easy. If you mispronounce ID, that's on you. Like, at least it's not my name you mispronounce. That's how I see it. But it
Yeah,
is weird when people refuse to be addressed by their local names because they think, oh,
at
it's
your
too
local.
local.
Yeah,
What do you think? Freaking Christian Dior or Gucci them. Like, those are Italian French names. Those are foreign names that are attributed to
telling
their culture. And you are not being, proud of where you're from and who you are. That might be the beginning of your inferiority complex issue.
telling you, I'm telling you. I want to
Exactly.
commend the Igbos. I want to commend the Igbos and the Yorubas here. They
Yeah.
don't joke. They don't joke. I think I got to know that they even bear two of their names. They don't joke.
Yeah.
If they are Kelechi, that you will learn how to pronounce it. It's
Exactly.
on you. If you cannot
Exactly.
call that name, it's completely on you.
On
You have to
you.
address things that way.
That is
Yeah.
something to commend, really, because I wish
Yeah.
I had the patience to teach people how to pronounce my full name the way it is. I'm just like, no, I don't have time for that. You did ID. Let's stop at ID. So, um, but that is interesting. I guess we can segue. We have some comments here. Omitelo said, hi, Omi. And Nelson said, I just go by Nelson because people tend to mispronounce Ayanime in a way that makes me want to fight. Thank you. That's
Fight.
how I feel. Like I'm gonna
You want to
no, I'm
you
gonna
want to
throw
trade
punches.
fight.
Like, because just yeah, call me ID. I mean, again, I'm not running away from my native name.
Mm,
So okay,
true.
all
True.
right. So let's go to the next
Okay, so
P.
go to the second P. Yeah, physical appearance. Hi, physical
Hmm.
appearance. Tell me something.
Physical appearance.
Yeah,
I think we had somebody in the comments that we should talk about that with. as it concerns aging and growing old. Growing old. Growing
Growing
old,
old.
physical appearance,
Uh,
being a
I think
teenager, having acne. I'm gonna share mine, but yeah, yeah, physical appearance. Okay.
physical appearance. Yeah, I think that's a major. That's one of the major keys. You know, when you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, and these things come up like from very early stage,
Mhm.
where maybe in your primary school you have, maybe you think you have,
Mhm.
a funny kind of eye, or a funny kind of this,
Mm.
how your ear is, and people make,
Yeah.
it was common in school then, when you see somebody
Oh,
with just uh
I
FGGC.
will share mine. This was before FGGC. Physical
Please
appearance.
share yours, share
I will share
yours.
mine because, and I recently told my sister that I hope that woman is still alive because I want to tell her a piece of my mind. But just in case she's watching this, this is for you, woman. So this lady, my family lived in Ibiano for a while, and we lived closer to our grandparents because we wanted to be closer to family and all that. And then we would attend this church, this village church. And there was this particular woman. I'm telling you, I hated going to church because of this woman. This woman started calling us utong. I'm not going to translate it. If you don't understand what utong means, I'm sorry for you. Nobody should translate it in the comments either. This one started calling us utong one because me and my siblings, like she would count us like by our, like by the number, da, 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 like whatever position you were in the family. And as I'm sharing this story in public, I'm healing because that woman she annoyed the hell out of me as a child, and I don't know if it bothered my siblings because really it's not like we had big ears. She was just very very adamant in calling us that, and today I'm like, that should not have mattered. That wasn't true. She was just being annoying. But I'm thinking of the ways that affected me growing up as I viewed my utong, you know, and how it affected me until I got to a point where I had to snap out of it and be like, that woman was just being a witch. So um so that's see, my sister says she remembers.
Like, how would you just go addressing people like that?
Exactly. And I think, honestly, that's to her, maybe she was just, I don't know, being an adult and talking to kids.
This,
But
but these things stick. They stick.
exactly, they do.
Yeah, they stick.
And adults should be very responsible with, like, with the things they say to children because
Yes.
you would not
Exactly.
love it. Like, I'm telling you, if I were to use that same energy to talk to her and tell her the things that were wrong with her, she will need therapy until she leaves this earth. Like, so when adults are being mean to children, they forget that children, we know how to be mean. We know exactly what to say to make you as an adult feel like crap. We know, but we just don't say it because why? Why make somebody else feel less than when you can uplift
Listen.
them?
And you observe children actually don't forget. We don't
They do
forget.
not. We don't
Yeah,
forget.
we don't.
So physical appearance.
Yeah, physical appearance. I even have, I think some person, if you have, if you're in the, comment section, you can also share your own experience. It would encourage, others. I have one, still my school. Hey, God, that thing. One day, two seniors called me, and then they said, ah, princess. That time I was very tiny in school, yeah.
Girl, I was
All tall.
tinier than you. We were all like,
Nothing, nothing. How do I put it? Nothing to.
We're so
And
tiny in
then,
school.
when they were talking to me, one of them was actually drawing. It was time for night prep. I remember, the evening class where we go
Mm-hmm,
for
mm-hmm.
retirement. So one of
Yeah.
them was actually drawing on the paper. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, then after the discussion, the person actually carried the paper and showed me. I was like, "What is this?" I said, "Senior, you drew an image." He said, "Okay,
Was it
so
ugly?
very ugly, very ugly. I'm telling you, very very ugly." And then they just faced it. I'm like, "Okay, you drew an image, senior." She was like, "No, no, 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 no. Who did I draw?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "No, you have to know. Who did you draw? You know?" I said, then she was like, she was like, "I just drew you." I'm like, Jesus Christ. Do I look that horrible?
Why are some people so mean? Why? What?
I felt like the earth should just open up,
Yeah.
swallow me, and then I would have to maybe reappear in my father's house. But that didn't happen.
Oh my god.
Terrible things. So at this, a lot of things are actually, and those things. I cried the whole. I think I cried, and then I went back, and I felt bad,
Yeah.
and things like that. But I think we should take this sensitization more seriously amongst the young ones, yeah, in
Mm-hmm.
school, because
Yeah.
that's where these things build up.
Exactly.
Some people can be throwing just mean comments around. They
Right.
could just say things to make you feel a They don't know the impact. These things actually stick for a very long time. You wouldn't
But
know. Something as little as telling somebody that the ear is flappy, or the eye,
exactly.
or your
Is
leg
there? Yeah.
is a, or your brain is this way.
Yeah. I think they are targeted. So I think we should we should look into schools what the adults are telling the kids in schools, but
True.
beyond that, even deeper than that, we should encourage parents and the older people in the families who are not dealing with inferiority complex to talk to the other members of the families and all the kids. The reason I say that will help even, um, it will be more effective than focusing on schools, is because my sister, okay, my own elder sister, she drilled into me the importance of knowing who I am, the importance of never allowing somebody else that is outside of myself to tell me who I am or how I should feel as a
So,
person. Exactly. So
true.
she drilled it into me as a child, and I did not really understand like how, in what ways that will help me as I lived life and grew up, navigated life as an adult. But every time I start feeling like, oh, these people are, where I should be, or these people are doing better than me, or oh, I'm not good enough, or whatever, honestly, whatever it is, I just remember what she said to me. You cannot allow another person have that kind of power over you. You just
Over
can't.
you.
You can't, because the moment you allow somebody else to tell you who you are, you're finished, because you will constantly be looking for
Seek
the next
validation
person, exactly, the next person who will tell you something better than what the other person told you. Fuck what they want to say. What are you telling yourself? What are you telling yourself? What is God saying about you?
most importantly. Yeah.
Exactly. You're looking to people who did not create you to tell you who you are instead of going to the one that made you. That that sounds backward. Like that. So, I think physical appearance really is one of the things that makes people think, "Oh, I'm not good enough." Good
I'm
enough for
beautiful.
what? Exactly, like,
I'm,
for who? Like,
yeah,
who exactly are you looking to tell you that you are enough? Who will tell you that? Seriously, just ask yourself, who will? Really? People don't care that much to make you think you are enough to tell. Nah,
they do.
they really don't. They would actually prefer you feel less so they feel better about themselves.
True, true, true.
So unless you are the person making yourself think you're not good enough, and so what? If, like, I used to have a really flat yash, I was like, I don't like this. I want, something. I went to the gym. I changed my diet. I started paying attention to what will help me build my butt muscle, other than complaining and saying, oh, I don't look like how I want to look. Do something about it. Okay, go to the gym, eat less rice, maybe. I don't know. Something. So I think even as we are addressing signs and how to spot the things that causes you to have inferiority complex, I think we're also addressing how you can get around it, or
How you
how we got around ours. So yeah. Have you ever dealt with a physical, apart from like the name thing and the stupid senior thing? Have you dealt like outside of, let's say, secondary school, or even just in your day to day life right now? Do you notice some things? 'Cause right now, also apart from me going to the gym to build my butt muscle, I also will sometimes catch myself in the mirror saying, "Ooh, my stomach is so big," but immediately I'll be like, "And so what? Uh-huh. So what?" So, do you deal with that on, in your day to day?
I think I think at this point, we've equipped ourselves with so much knowledge as to what to do to bring out the best in you.
Mhm.
So taking validation from people doesn't work. You know, in as much as people criticize us, some do that to make themselves feel better and make you feel less of yourself. But in that, you could pick up one or two things that you can do.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
the physical appearance is not, I don't think, it's just about what we wear or what we look like. That's how you can, I would call it package yourself. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to do with just what you put on it. It has to do with everything. Your hair as a lady, your makeup,
Mhm.
your accessories, your body deodorant, your perfumes, the way you carry yourself. That's how you come out, and then
Mhm.
you can't even pass for somebody that is inferior. You understand? You can't
Exactly.
even pass. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't pass.
Yeah.
The person has to look twice. Like, you have to really assess yourself before you can tell me that. You
Exactly.
understand? Don't give people the room to make you feel that way. Things you can help. Things as little as brushing your teeth.
No, but fortunately enough, doing those things actually helps you feel a lot better about yourself too. So that as you are, because nobody can tell somebody with confidence that, oh,
Yeah,
they can never, like you just said. So yeah, package yourself too. Pay attention to some things that could help you feel better.
everything, everything. The little thing as brushing your teeth, how you smell when you come out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, ironing,
Yeah.
taking a little time to iron your shirts before you come
Mm-hmm.
out.
Yeah.
Those little things actually mean knowing how to combine your colors. They speak a lot. People, you know, get to feed on you when they see
Absolutely.
you, even
Yeah.
before interacting with you, even
Mm-hmm.
before talking to you, they assess you. I'm like, this one is a no-go area. This one knows,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah, so they prepare themselves. Like it or not,
Exactly.
before people
Yeah.
approach you, they
Mm-hmm.
actually, in a way, gauge you. They want to
Absolutely.
figure out how
I
do
think
you enter.
we had a song in school that said dress the way you want to be addressed. Do you remember that song? We had a song in school like
What's the
that.
name?
Um
Uh,
Dress the way, something about
um,
dress the way you want to be addressed. Economical girls will probably remember and write
is it?
the lyrics.
It must not come. It must not come. No,
Come
no, no.
my
It's
way.
not
I
that.
know not that. That's it. Is real. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, but
Just the way you.
it, yeah,
I'll remember that.
something
Song.
about the lyrics. Anyway, but again, it's so important, right? Because the first impression that people have of you before you open your mouth is how you look, or um, just your vibe, your overall vibe, whatever it is you're going for. Just make sure that you have in mind what you're going for, so that you don't, end up getting comments from other people that you're not prepared for. If I dress up
Yeah.
looking like a masquerade and leave my house, I know if somebody tells me, "Ooh, you look ugly," I'm like, "Yeah, I did it on purpose." What are you going to say to me to make me feel bad? Yeah, I wanted to look like Igbo today.
I know.
Mhm.
Tell me something I'm not aware of.
Exactly. Like today we're going for egungun. What's the problem? So yeah. So anyway, so what's the last P? What's the third P? Because this is going very
Oh,
very good. So
so
um
your personality.
we have
Yeah.
personality. That's the third P.
Yes.
Personality. Okay. So the first P,
Personality.
if you're just joining us, we're talking of how inferiority complex comes out, or the feeling of low self-esteem or not having value. And the first one we talked about was, I think, your
Personal
personality,
experiences.
personal experience. So your
Personal
personal
experiences.
experience, your personal
Negative. Yeah.
experiences, negative personal experiences that you've
Experiences.
had, maybe through negative comments that people have made about you, or to your face, or just people mocking you out of no whatever, no reason. Um, and the second P is your physical
Physical
appearance.
appearance.
So worrying a lot about your physical appearance, especially things you cannot fix. Things, if you did not make yourself have a lazy eye, why are you worried about, like, okay, I didn't make myself. It's not like I had options. They said, okay, pick all, choose eyeballs. I went, hmm, I want that one with the lazy eye. No.
Give me the red
So if
color.
exactly, so if you did not make yourself look this way, why are you using that to base on? I mean, why are you basing your esteem based on that? You have no control over that. So physical appearance, and the third one is personality, right?
Personality.
Okay,
Yes.
let's
Personality.
talk about personality as it relates to inferiority complex.
You have to embrace who you are, embrace and continuously work to developing who you are. You can't be comfortable with I'm an angry person. Everybody knows that
That's
I'm
just
always
that's
angry.
just how I am.
That's just how I am. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Seriously. What does that mean? I'm just not a I'm just not a person that goes
Eh,
out. Okay.
eh,
Don't invite people to
okay.
your events ever. Like, what does that mean? Oh, I'm not just
That
used to smiling. what
I,
do you what do you mean you're just not used to
when the
smiling
world doesn't revolve around you, what do
around
you
you?
mean?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, you have to build good personality traits. I'm telling you, work on our deficiencies. Yes, trust me, every one of us, we have our weaknesses.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
we all have a weakness, like it or not.
absolutely.
So I would not judge you, but in as much as I wouldn't judge you because I have mine, I
Hmm.
wouldn't tolerate. There's some things I wouldn't tolerate because I would not do it to you. So you can't be
Absolutely.
comfortable in that space just saying that, oh, you should understand, I'm an angry person. Am I supposed to be in a toxic environment because Mr. Woman or
because
Mr. Man,
you
you're an
have
angry
refused
person.
to work on your
Am I supposed
anger
to take
issues.
so? And then the funny thing is that when you dish out to them what they dish out to you, they can't take it.
They can't. They never are able to take it. Never.
I'm telling you, trust me, they can't take
That's
half.
what I'm saying. Like adults are mean when adults are mean to kids. If kids decide to be mean back, Kasala will bust. So
I'm telling
they never are able to take it.
Okay, I say ICK podcast says having enough self-awareness to know where your deficiencies are and putting in work to fix them is so important. I agree. I agree.
I agree.
Identifying, yes, I
I
agree. Yes,
agree.
completely.
Yeah,
Because if you don't know your problem, then you can't get a solution. Some of them live in self-denial.
exactly.
So you tell somebody you're raising your voice, the person said, "Well, who are you to tell me I'm raising my voice?
I'm
That's how
raising
I
my
talk.
voice. That's how I
Who are you? You
okay, that's
understand?
how you talk. If we all start talking like that,
Talking like that.
what will happen?
Okay, Promise Brown says
Self-awareness.
exactly. Always not ready to take the shit they throw at others. I'm telling you, I'm telling you,
Absolutely. I
I'm
completely
telling you.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah. If
yeah,
you're not able
yeah.
to take it, why you
Why,
comfortably
why,
giving it
why dish it out?
out?
Why dish it out?
Exactly.
Yeah, why dish it out?
These are the issues. And then you find these people, because I mean, we're talking about personality and physical appearance and these things. Honestly, if we want to go deeper, we would talk about how it affects relationships because these are people in relationships with other people
In
who
relationships, I'm telling
sometimes
you.
sometimes their partners are not dealing with those insecurities and then they end up projecting on their partners and stressing the other person because of something you have refused to work on yourself.
Like how? Okay, just let's even divert a little to the relationship part here. How can you, as a man, date a lady and you tell the lady that you're doing her a favor?
A favor that if not because
Telling
of where I brought you from. Okay, please take me back. Take me back to where you
Mr.
picked me.
Favorite. Mr.
Eh,
Favorite, please can you excuse me?
please, excuse me, sir.
Please stop doing me the favor, I beg you.
I beg you,
I,
unfavor
I
me. Like
unfavor
what?
me.
No, this is true. They say that, and I think these are men who are very, very emotionally unintelligent. They don't know how to control their emotions. So the best way they know how is to try and control the other person. And once they're not able
Yes.
to control that other person, then they start looking for ways to break you. So they will say things to you about your physical appearance. They will attack your physical appearance and they will attack your negative. They will remind you of your negative
They,
experiences, personal
yeah.
experiences, so that they can make you feel less. And you can
They want to put their insecurities on you.
on
They want
you.
to they put it on you. You
Exactly.
understand? They put it on you. How can you make people feel that way? And
And
it's
you
terrible
claim
when
to
I
love
think
them
it's
too.
oh my god, you claim to love. Claim to love. I think it's even better for those that are please if you are here and you are in a relationship, you have not said yes I do. Please
Please
don't say yes I do
run away.
favor
Oh.
to favor.
Run on. They should unfavor you
They should not favor
because
you.
if they are
Promise Brown says
if they
Promise
yes,
Brown says love. Some people say after all I have done for you and your family. What? Please, please.
please
Do you
undo
create me?
them.
Please. See,
Control Z,
brother,
undo, undo
can
everything
you
you have
undo what
done.
you did so that we can
Because what is this? In fact, sign contract, I will pay all of it back. The fuck, get out.
Ottoman is saying, or sometimes even go ahead to attack you and mentioning the things they have done for you. Chai, God forbid bad thing. It's really God forbid bad thing. Have we not all done good things for people? Why should our own
Exactly.
be different? They now rub it like they've done heaven and earth
And
for
if they
Chineke. Let me
actually,
speak
if
Igbo.
they mention the things, if somebody were to say, okay, let's break this down, how did this happen? Or I mean, unless you've dealt with somebody who is very ungrateful, and even at that, why are you mentioning, if you cannot help somebody with the mindset that this person might be ungrateful in the future, then you're not ready, then just don't help,
Okay,
right?
somebody says, unfortunately, friends also subtly remind you of your blemish to make them. Yeah, I think we should protect our peace. It's very important to surrounding yourself with positive people. The right people also goes a long way, you know. If you keep, you can't, I can't even stay with somebody that keeps talking down, your own major specialty is to point out my flaws where you are
In fact,
specialized.
I can't be friends with somebody who is pointing out their own flaws every 2 2 seconds. Like, Auntie, calm
Every
down.
to say what is that?
Like,
Should
I
I
know
come
you're
and die?
insecure, but Sarah.
Please. I can, okay, just imagine just imagine you're talking now and somebody keeps correcting you every 2 seconds, like,
Mm,
it is not I do, it's I did.
okay, my
I will
teacher.
faint for you.
My teacher English. I'm happy for you. No, really, and there are people who, and
They are husbands like that,
they
they
are
are wives
husbands,
like
they are wives like
yeah,
that, they are girlfriends, and
yeah.
there are people that somebody who is watching us right now that is claiming
I'm
to
telling you.
be your ride and die. And just yesterday, they were telling you, see your face like yesterday's gutter. And you're still sitting down there thinking, oh, he really loves me. She really, really loves me. Huh? Do you people
The
know
person
what
doesn't have
love is? God
to say
asked
all
Jesus how love is shown. God asked Jesus the way you love somebody. You speak kindness over people you care about, and you speak uplifting words, and you correct them with love. Like, you don't correct them to
love.
show that, oh, I know more than
Oh,
you. You correct
come
them
on.
because you want them to not maybe embarrass themselves outside, right? That's why, girl, we could talk all day about this topic.
True. True.
Some friends can remind you of your blemishes in order to make themselves feel better. Yes, it is true. And my thing is, if you are self-aware of these friends, except if you're both like, if it's banter, if it's like, that's okay, we would joke around like that sometimes as friends within a friendly context, and not trying to insult each other, right? Or make each other feel like shit. That's different. But we're talking about people who they need to talk down, you know, on you, or at you, to make you feel like shit. I was in a relationship with a person like that, and I could not believe, like, every time it happened, I would ask myself, I would say, this is me. This is happening to me, a confident, well educated, well traveled, beautiful, God fearing woman. This is happening to me. Think of the people who are not all of this, they've not had the opportunity to be as exposed, or imagine how that could make those women feel, or especially if they are depending
Yeah.
on you for something.
Sorry,
Yeah.
there's something someone said about this correction. Someone gave a testimony today in church and he said, I convocated yesterday. When he left the altar, Pastor Effiong Johnson said, there is nothing like convocated. He said it is convoked. Oh Jesus. On my own testimony,
On top testimony, why they praise God? Like,
I
what?
oh Jesus. I need to drink to that.
I actually, because about the
My testimony.
also,
What? What?
what?
On my own, I'm the one
On top
testifying.
my
No.
own testimony, Pastor,
On top of
please.
my own
Are
testimony,
you
please,
God?
please,
God understood what I was
please.
trying to
Dear
say.
God, please.
Uh-uh.
You will not tell me how
Again,
to testify again. Hmm?
exactly. And
Are you the
and
one that
and
convoked? Are you
uh,
the
uh,
person that convoked?
do you understand? Like, maybe wait till after the testimony, you can say, hey, brother, before you go to another church now and go and say convocated is convoked. Okay, period. Which one is me? Okay, now, Pastor, we know you can speak English. Well done. Nobody's coming to church next Sunday. No tithes for you.
On
Like
to the
what?
next
On
testimony.
to the next test. Like what?
Eh? It's my 4 5 years Nigeria, 7 years in school. I should at least be able to give my testimony the way I want to. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and these are
So
the issues because I think even as
you
a
know what that would do?
pastor,
Do you know what that would do to the person? It will deter the person from ever climbing
of
that stage to give a
course.
testimony.
No, but
Yeah.
exactly, the person will not want to share their testimonies ever in front, might even be ever again, in public, right? So now everything God is going to do for this person, people may not even hear about it because before another affiliate pastor will come and correct, what they just said.
Members
So
should.
Pastor might say, I don't like your accent. Pastor might say, this accent is too epic. I'm looking for a baby. I want, don't come and dollar. Don't dollar in church. Oh
Oh
my
my God.
goodness. And he's also a professor, so you can imagine how many students have passed through him and
Mm,
how many self-esteems he's shattered over the
yeah.
years. That's crazy. Um, but I think even as leaders, whether you are leading a small group of people or a pastor of a church or even whatever, a president of a country, you always have to remember there are human beings on the other side, right? There are human beings that are following you, not because you're using a cane or whatever. You're not whipping them to follow you. These people volunteered to follow you as a leader, to listen to you. You owe it to them and to God who gave you that position to uplift these people, teach them to be better. If you think you're better than them, maybe help them get closer to where you think you are, um, instead of using it as an opportunity to even feel better or bigger or make them feel even less so they keep following you, which is crazy, but people do that. So, um, yeah, that it is sad. It is very sad that our leaders continue to do
So,
that, or even just parents do that to their kids.
mm.
Parents do that without even thinking. They think, "Oh, this is a way to correct my child." So,
I think I think the aspect of comparison that was very common when we were younger. They keep telling
mm,
us that if this person can do this, why are you? Do you have four heads? Comments like
mm-hmm.
that, comparing you, with
Yes,
everybody. They
yeah,
keep comparing you. So, not taking note that some of us are different. We are all different.
we
So
all
A
are
can
different.
Yes,
We
so
really
A can
are.
be good in mathematics, another person is good in the arts and all that. So we are not
Hmm.
all born to be excellent in English or excellent in art or excellent in
Yeah,
sciences. We
yeah,
all So they keep comparing you. So A took first, so you have to take, and then life is not about that. Parents
exactly.
should
And how
make
many people
room.
can take first in a
Yeah,
class? Like only one person.
like
Excuse me.
just take it. There's okay. Maybe there's an election here. There can only be one president. One.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean the other persons are not qualified. It doesn't mean the other
Hmm.
persons are less presidential candidates as per se.
It just means
But
that
it just
INEC
has to.
was supporting another person than another.
I need to drink.
Yes, it just means that even INEC can support the unqualified one over the qualified one. And it's still life, right? Life moves on. Life
Okay, there's a
moves
question here.
on.
I think somebody's
Okay,
asking, as a business person, how do you or can you deal with inferiority complex? It's simple. It's simple.
go on.
You have to be the best. You have to be the best at what you're doing.
Mm. Well, I think we need more context. As a business person, do you mean dealing with customers or dealing with your employees or dealing with yourself? What exactly are you talking about? And what kind of business? Is it a service industry? Like, are you serving people? You have to deal with people face to face, or is it something that people order your stuff online? So, what exactly do you mean? Please give us more context. But I think,
So
like Princess,
I
like
would
you said.
address I would address from the point of delivering service,
Okay.
good servicing. Yeah, I'll use a brand like Vicky James.
Mhm. Okay.
She's she's good at what she does. She
Okay.
can't be through any inferiority, whatever.
Right.
She's up there, has the necessary skill. She has
Mhm.
developed herself, her skill, and she can
Right.
take it anywhere in the world and she will pass for excellent.
Right.
So, business owner, you have that the onus lies on you actually to work. You can't be satisfied with what you learned 1,000 years ago. Things are
Mm.
changing, times have
Mhm.
changed.
Yeah.
For instance, maybe you okay, yes, maybe you are let me even use a cook or a fashion designer, and then
Mhm.
you're specialized in just making the random turtleneck and all that.
Mhm.
When there are
Mhm.
styles, new styles coming up, you understand. So when people come to your shop and then they pick particular styles, you're already making yourself inferior because you already look
Right.
inferior. He's saying,
Right.
"Ma'am, please take the next style. Don't you think you
Mhm.
should do this
Mhm.
style?"
Mhm.
You're
Mhm.
offering that service not because the customer wants that. It's your area of competence. It's your area of
Right.
special. So you don't want to dive out and then fall your hand, as Nigerians would
Mhm.
say.
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
would rather, recommend something that you're comfortable with. As a business person, you have to step out. You have to constantly work on your skills and whatever it is you're doing. If you're
Right.
cooking, look for new recipes,
Mhm.
browse, go on courses, you know,
Right. Right.
do something new. You
So
can't be
package
cooking jollof
yourself
rice the same.
and right. Package
Yeah,
yourself
you
and
can't be cooking
okay.
jollof rice the way you were cooking jollof rice. Your mother cooked jollof rice 1,000 years ago.
But what
There
if
are new
it's good? If
recipes.
it's good recipes, don't change it though. If people are buying your food,
No, don't change it, but you can improve.
you
I'm
can
not saying
improve
change. I'm saying
definitely.
improve
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Yes, improve on. Go on courses. If you are
Mhm.
a stylist,
Yes.
learn more. Even the Vicky James, as good as she is, she also enrolled. She develops
Right.
herself daily.
Right.
So if
Right.
you're good at what you do, there is
Mhm.
no way on earth that you will go through any inferiority complex. No, you will stand out.
That's true. And I think she added a follow up question says, "How can you come out of your shell?" And I can talk about that because I am somebody who came out of my shell. I had to come out of my shell at some point. Even just starting this YouTube, or when I was doing Instagram and dabbling into TikTok and all of that, forcing myself to record who I am and my personality in front of a camera and then posting it to online platforms that could potentially, I mean, these are viewed by who knows, from hundreds to whatever, thousands of people watching this. So again, I had to come out of my shell. And what really helped me to do that was I had an honest conversation with myself about what really mattered, right? What was most important for me, and what did I stand to lose? Right. So when you prioritize, when you actually ask yourself, what am I not getting? Like what am I losing by not doing this, by not putting myself out there? Right. Nobody else will push your brand for you out of altruistic, oh, let me just do it because I want to help your brand. They will have something that they are looking for, when they're helping. So you have to ask yourself, if you can't find those people to help you push your products, to help you push your business, then you have to do it yourself. And like Princess said, if you need to take courses on how to deal with sales, which will give you confidence, which will make you feel like you are ready to deal with it. Because a lot of the times when you are in your shell is because you have not learned the necessary skill to be in that space. So obviously you feel inferior. You feel like an imposter. You feel like you're not ready yet, right? But once you learn about that particular field, or even enroll in 1 hour courses, or even a YouTube, just a YouTube session of somebody teaching that particular topic, you will imagine the things it will do for you, for your self esteem about that topic. So whatever it is, just identify what it is, like we said. Once you know what the problem is, then you can start addressing it. If you know that the problem is you cannot talk to customers about your products, then maybe you should go learn about your products very well. Learn about the material, learn about why it's good for humans, learn about why it's good for the environment, learn about the alternatives and why yours is better and your processes. Learn these things, know it so well that when you're talking to somebody about this red cup, before you finish, they're like, I need two of that, right? If that's your problem, then go learn. Go watch other people selling their stuff. What are they saying? What verbiage are they using? How are they going about it? Da da da. Learn that. If you think your problem is, I don't know, your customers are complaining about your products, what are they complaining about? Because customers will tell you what to improve so they can keep coming back to buy from you. So pay attention. Those things will help. ITK podcast said pushing yourself outside your comfort zone helps. Yes. So yeah, go for it. What's the worst that will happen? Okay, you get new
What's the
customers.
worst? What's the worst that can
Exactly. What's
happen?
the worst that can happen? Like
Yeah.
the worst is you will get new business. Somebody will want to work with you. Is that bad? No. And if it doesn't happen, then it's the same thing that's been happening. So you're fine. So yeah, just put yourself out there, really. And if you're scared that, oh, what if people see me and they think I should be doing better? Well, this is where you are in life, and you are, as long as you're not comfortable in that, as long as you're
Comfortable
growing, exactly, as long as you're growing, as long as you have your own
making
plan, it's
progress.
not their plan, it's your plan, it's you and God. So okay, they will laugh at you, and so what? Do you know what they're dealing with that they're not, that you don't know about? Like, let people be people, let them laugh, let them, as long as they're not feeding you, they're not, you know, they don't give you life, really that's their problem at the end of the day. Yeah, just focus on what you have to do. Oh, this was so
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Thank you
thank you
so
too.
much.
Thank
Thank you for asking.
you.
That was a really good
Thank you.
question. Okay, so Princess, if you want to do a recap of what we've just talked about, especially the three P's, and then we can um we can just wrap up from there.
Okay, so recap, we talked about the inferiority complex, breaking it down, and
Your
we
voice is
defined it.
so pretty. I wish you would speak up just a little bit more so that people can hear how your sweet, sweet voice. So
You're building my self confidence, girl.
that's what I'm here for. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so we talked about the inferiority complex and people feeling, that not up to no good, that other people are better than them, and
Mm.
Demeko is saying you look
Hey, hey,
amazing.
girl.
Hey,
Hey,
we
okay.
see you. So the feeling that people are better than you in value,
Mm,
in an
mm-hmm,
appearance or whatever it is, you know. And we said it's actually normal and it's prevalent amongst us here
mm-hmm.
because of experiences that we have built up while growing up, yeah, in
Yes.
schools, at homes, in churches. And these things happen everywhere. It's not
It happens
subjected to the
everywhere.
everywhere.
And I have
So
stories, personal stories, and those are my friends and families, the stories of things people have said to them that if this was a different person, you'd be like, who says that? Like, what is your aim? Even if it's the truth, why? Who? Keep it to yourself. Like, shh, shut up sometimes.
So we also talked about the three P's, yeah,
Yes.
the personality traits, physical appearance, and personal experiences. Emphasis
Hmm.
on negative personal
Negative
experience.
personal experience.
We talked on how and gave examples on how these experiences, kind of shaped us and then affected or impacted our lives at one point or the other, and how we
Hmm.
snapped out of it, how we
Yeah.
outgrew certain experiences, and how For now, we are not letting those things hold us back. We are
Hmm.
going far, we're doing exploits. You understand? So, regardless. So, it's okay for you to have these experiences. It's okay for you to have these memories, but it's not okay for you to keep living these experiences. It's not
Exactly.
okay for you to keep living and giving them power. What you do is giving them power over you. You
Over you.
understand? You give.
Yes.
I'm seeing someone
NK.
special here. I'll just take a break, Madam Kiru.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for joining.
Ladies, she's so
Yeah.
beautiful. Huh? You need to
Oh,
see her. so,
thank you. Okay. Thank
so,
you so much, NK, for joining us.
so it's okay for you to, have these experiences. We all do. Like I shared
Mm-hmm.
what a couple you did too,
Yeah,
and everybody. I think everybody on this life have one experience or the other that
absolutely.
didn't, impact well on their, growing up. But
Yeah,
you can't stay there. What you do, if you keep staying there, you keep giving these people power over you. And then the
absolutely.
funny thing is that some of them don't know what these things do to you. They've moved on.
They have.
Like
No,
if you can
really.
tell, yeah,
They really do
they've
move
actually
on
moved
like
on.
this. The moment somebody says that to you, you'll be shocked that they actually have forgotten. Like they're not paying attention to what they just said, but you are obsessing over this for
You
15
have to
years.
live. You have to live with that for years. Like they've moved on. Like if you confront any of them and like you said this thing
They will
7 years ago, they're
remember
like, where, when,
when.
how?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Um,
Yeah,
so stop giving them power over you. Whatever
yes.
experience you had, it's fine.
And
It's
the
fine.
beautiful
Whatever
thing
it
about what people say to you that is negative is that just as easy as that negative word landed on your ears and it's starting to make you overthink, just as easy, all you have to do is overwrite it with a positive sentence over you. It's really that easy. Just say, okay, I heard this. Somebody says, I don't know, I have an ugly face. Well, look in the mirror and look at your beauty and be like, shit, I'm beautiful. What is the person talking about?
very
And before exactly, just like
very beautiful.
instantly it
Very
will
beautiful.
go away because once you acknowledge what's the negative experience, you have to acknowledge it first. You can't deny it and say, oh no, it's never no. You have to actually feel like that's not true, first of all. So I can't, this cannot be true about me, or this cannot be true about my future. Even if it's true about your past, that's why it's your past.
It's in the past.
That's
I've moved on.
that's
I've
why it's
moved
your
on. I'm no longer there. Can't you see me? Can't you take a look at me?
exactly.
Can't you see me? I'm not
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You know.
So
So
um don't give
yeah,
people that much power over
over
you.
you. No.
Because at the end of the
You're
day,
not worth it.
honestly, it's not worth it, and it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't
And the
matter.
world is not revolved around them. The world doesn't revolve around them. We are
Or
all running
you. It doesn't revolve
personal race.
around them or you.
It doesn't. No,
Just
it's
do
we are
you.
all
Just
you. Simple. So
yeah.
I think what we should do. There are some people that this thing have eaten into them deep.
Hmm.
So I would even suggest therapy for them.
Yes. Yes.
I know it's not common in this part of the country, like in this part of the world, Nigeria and all that. Therapy before you go on therapy, maybe it's madness or something. People don't
But
just
to be fair, we could make it common. The reason it's not
yeah.
common, it's only because we are not people. I mean, people a lot of people, especially in Nigeria right now, they are more worried or concerned about what they will eat,
What
as
they would
opposed to exactly as opposed to even paying attention to, oh, I need to be kinder to myself, or I need to be kinder to my sister or brother. They're not thinking like that. But if you can afford therapy, honestly, there are therapists, Nigerian therapists online. All you have to do is just look one up and you will know if this person is a legitimate
mm,
therapist from the questions they're asking you or the interaction. So I don't
mm.
think we should keep using that as an excuse. In fact, we should be engaging these therapists because they are therapists in Nigeria. They are just not
Yeah,
finding work, right? We
it's
should
very
engage
common in
them. Hmm.
it's very common in the Western world. People can just wake up and just they want to see a therapist, they are feeling a
Yeah.
certain type of way. I think we are built in a way that we absorb so much stress. We absorb, our body. Let me, I beg to use this. They said, nothing fit kill African man. Before an
And that's
African
a
man, or
lie. That's the
yeah, true.
biggest, one
Before
of the
you
biggest
in
lies.
the hospital, it has to be, and if it is not a very serious something, they
Yeah.
can't go to the. You can't see. It's not common for you to see somebody just go to the hospital to see
Yeah.
maybe therapy. Oh, you're feeling a type of way. No, no. It has to be one
Yeah.
sickness that has gotten you on the bed and you can't stand up. But that's
And
not normal. That's not right. Mm.
yeah, honestly, and this is such a big topic because, like you said, like everything about us in Nigeria is hustle and bustle. And I understand that because sometimes if you don't hustle and bustle, you might not, like eat or that, which is, this is for entrepreneurs and stuff. But if you have a stable job that is providing you monthly stable income and you still find yourself very agitated, especially when you're not doing anything else to increase your income, and you are just going about life, but you feel like always anxious, always worrying, always overthinking, always suspecting people, just let people be. People are dealing with mental health issues. Then nobody is going to babalawo on top of your head. Like, who are you? Calm down. So so just being able to tell yourself that it is okay to calm down and just take it easy. It's okay to not always be like hyper all the time. And
It's
if you find yourself
okay not to
doing
be
that,
okay sometimes.
yeah,
It's okay
if
not
you
to be
find
okay
yourself
sometimes.
doing that, maybe you should seek help. Really seek out somebody to talk to that is not your friend or family that will maybe judge or
Yeah,
misunderstand you. Talk to a
exactly.
professional because it is really it's okay to be calm. It's not normal to be anxious all the time. It's really not.
Yes,
Um,
another way we can overcome that, I think, is also by surrounding ourselves with supportive people,
yes,
positive people. Please, by all
yes.
means, get rid of any negative energy.
Honestly, get rid of
By
them.
all, get rid. It's not helping you. It's
Cut
not
them
help.
off. Seriously.
Cut them off.
Cut.
Relationship, um, whatever, wherever you
You're
find
not
yourself.
Jesus, so you're not going to change them.
Even Jesus was not able to change everything. They
They
still
killed
killed
him
him.
now because of that.
And they nailed him to the cross. Oh, I think I'm thirsty too.
So yeah, surround yourself with, and don't be afraid to cut people off. I do it all the time. If I see that you're moving anyhow, you're not serious about life, everything is, and you love being negative, you are gone. Because I don't have time to be undoing all your damage every time I hang around you. I'm like, now I have to go and like tell myself, like, do you understand? No, I'm not going to therapy because of I'm your friend. Mm-mm. No,
Yeah, that's an expensive friendship that has to take
exactly.
me to therapy. I would rather do without that, please.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, surround yourself with people who are uplifting and get a
Yes.
mentor. Get somebody who is, especially this is for business people and productivity people. Get somebody who is doing what you want, where you'd like to see yourself, because sometimes just talking to them about the little tweaks that they've done in their lives to change, things for them can be very helpful. So get a mentor if you can. Surround yourself with positive people. Read your Bible. Don't just look at it. It's not storybook. Actually
Frame.
read it. Really. Actually read it and you will see how transforming what it will do to your self-esteem. Because then you realize, wow, God really loves me. Like God doesn't play with me. So why am I playing with myself? Why am I letting other people play with me? So you read your Bible, okay? And pray.
And prayer. Yeah. He created us in his image, remember? So we
Yes.
all look like him.
So God cannot be
I don't
ugly.
care.
Like calm
I think I
down.
look like him.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've come to the end. Oh, we've extended so much. Princess, we've been talking for so long. We've gone 20 minutes into, overtime. but it's fine. We've had such a wonderful time. This conversation was one we needed to have, and I think this is just the beginning. We will have more opportunities to talk about this topic.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for hanging with us
Thank
for this
you.
long, and for commenting, for sharing, for liking,
Thank
for all
you.
of all the reactions. Thank you so so much. We appreciate all the compliments. God bless you. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful, wonderful week ahead. And come back next Sunday. Next Sunday, I will be talking. I'll have my co-host on, and we will be talking about secondary school, going to secondary school in Nigeria, what that was like,
Nigeria.
and also how that affected us as we left, secondary school into adulthood and started dealing with life. So we'll be talking about that. I will share my experiences in secondary school. I hope you guys can join me to share yours, and my co-host will also share his from his experiences. So I'm excited for that as well. So, do you have any last words for our viewers?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone that joined us today. We see your comments, we see your reactions. We really appreciate you spending time with us today, and we hope sincerely that this will help us build our self-esteem, and this will help you think very highly of yourself. Because trust me, that's how God sees you. That's how we
Yes.
see you. That's how you
Mhm.
should see yourself. Yeah.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen. All right. Thank you guys
Ah,
so much.
thank
Have a
you. Thank
lovely
you.
time, and bye for now. Bye.
Bye.